Hey guys, this is Chain77 here with part 1 of 8, a draft analysis for Brawl for All. Round 3. Brawl for All is a tournament run by Johnny GB, and Johnny has posted a tournament rules slash guideline. I'll probably post that in the description, so you guys can acquaint yourself with what Brawl for All is. But for a quick rundown, it's just a 128 person tournament, and yeah, we play to win. Yes, I mean, who plays to lose? Well, I guess David plays to lose, but anyway, that's besides the point. Here we got draft of Pool A, sorry. Starting off with class with the first pick. We see some nice, bulky offense. His team is a little bit slow right off the bat, but we do see that he does have Excadrill in the sand. But apart from that, his next fastest mon is Mew. So probably a little bit on the slow side, especially when you go up against things like Zygarde or like Lando, Zapdos, things that just stop sand really effectively. I can really see this team struggling against that. Hazards are also a little bit... they're alright. You got Mew, Excadrill, Gigalith with rocks, Galvantula with the webs. Dragonite with sand is interesting, so is Arcanine as well. Dragonite's multi-scale will definitely be broken in sand, and the Morning Sun from Arcanine is going to be crippled. Synthesis as well on Florges if you so choose to run Synthesis, but Wish is probably better considering you have a Mega Blastoise. Interesting team. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Completed, yeah, he's got the Fairy Dragon Steel Core to build around, but yeah, definitely lacks a lot of speed. Next we go to John W. He's got Celesteela, Mega Medi, Lati, Hippo, Shaman, Suicune, Snorlax, Nidoqueen. Pretty nice team. Mega Medi to break. Celesteela, Hippo, Suicune, Snorlax as a really nice fat. Shaman as well is actually really fat. Nidoqueen sets those hazards. It acts as a nice pivot, and Lati as well. Nice support for the team. Probably lacks a genuine sweeper, a genuine setup sweeper, I guess. I mean, you can look at Suicune for a Carmine sweep or a Snorlax Curse sweep, but yeah, lacking a little bit of speed as well. Lati, Medicham, Shaman, and then it drops down to things like Suicune. Typically doesn't run too much speed. Nidoqueen as well, and then you got slow stuff, Celesteela, Hippo, Snorlax. But Celesteela's really nice in the format. Be interesting to see how he uses it, to see whether he can really utilize its full potential, I guess. Next we got Derpinator. He's got Mega Latios. Yes, we did for some reason allow Mega Latios. Infernape, Tangrowth, Tita, Toxapex, Heliolisk, Gliscor, and Alola Ninetales. So Mega Latios is a threat. It's a huge threat, something that every team will have to prep for, and every team might struggle against, but nice breaker in Infernape. It's got that Cancer regen core with Tangrowth, Toxapex, a couple of weather setters, and then Gliscor and Heliolisk to round out the team. So this team has a pretty big speed tier gap. It's like Mega Lati, Infernape, Heliolisk, Alola Ninetales all at the top, and then Gliscor in the middle, and then just slow stuff in Tita, Tangrowth, and Toxapex. So definitely something opponents will be able to exploit. But whether they have the power to break both Tangrowth and Toxapex, both of which, you know, perfectly check each other's weaknesses as far as I can tell. Ground, electric, psychic. Okay, psychic could probably break them, but yeah. Well, and then you got bug, fire on Tangrowth. Bug, fire, flying. So flying could do a bit. Flying, there's a ice. No, Toxapex checks that. So pretty nice wall call there, and then T-Tar to pursue trap things. So interesting, and very nice hazards. Got T-Tar, Ape, Gliscor, and Toxapex. So removal, you got Gliscor, not really, and then Megalati. So, but his team isn't two hazards weak, so it's okay. Next, we move on to Dark Devil. Got Megalop, Skarm, Volcanion, Reuniclus, Crocodile, Delmise, Haxorus, and Rotom Heat. So this one is a little more hazards weak, but yeah, Skarmory is a super reliable Defogger, Delmise very reliable Rapid Spinner, so that doesn't matter too much. Megalopony, probably one of the best cleaners in the game. Haxorus, a huge wall breaker and setup sweeper as well. Reuniclus, Reuniclus is a very good one if you know how to use it properly. Crocodile also very good. Volcanion I'm a bit iffy about. Not a huge fan of Volcanion, but we'll see what he can do with it. A couple of fire types rather. Makes his team a little weak to Scald. I don't really see well, not really, because Volcanion has water absorb. Let's say rock weak. That's alright. Yeah, I mean his only Scald switch in is really just Volcanion. And Volcanion doesn't have the easiest of times breaking bulky waters if you're able to predict his Z Solar Beam. So yeah, and then you've got, but then again you have Rotom Heat and Delmise to break bulky waters, so pretty good team. Speed tiers are, you got Lopunny to Haxorus, so huge speed tier gap there. Yes, things like Thundy, I think can run Modest. I know base 115s definitely can, so anything between Megalopony and Starmie, I guess base 115s will just be free to run Modest without much risk. Next we got Saiyan Master Alex, Tapu Koko, Mega Sableye, Cancer, Taunty, Pharaoh, Greninja, Azelf, Emboar, Nidoking. So really fast team. Notice right off the bat. Hazards are pretty good. Pharaoh, Greninja, Azelf, Nidoking. Removal is non-existent, but yeah, his team isn't weak to hazards. I wouldn't think. I mean, it's annoying because yeah, his offense kind of gets worn down and he can be taken out by priority, but he's got some fat Mega Sableye to bounce things back. He's got Regen Torn, so that Rocks isn't as much of a hindrance as it is to other flying types. And then your Emboar is a nice breaker, Nido is a nice hazard setup. Greninja is pretty cool. Azelf super versatile. Tapu Koko is, yeah, Tapu Koko. So David's team, we've got Manaphy, Salamence, Kartana, Xurkitree, Scolipede, Gardevoir, Gothitelle, and Mega Camerupt. So nice Mega Camerupt meme at the end, but he does have a couple of Trick Room setters in Guard, Gothitelle, and then he's got Speed Pass with Scolipede into threats like Xurkitree, Katana, Mence potentially as well, and then Manaphy, a very solid Mon in the format, probably losing a bit of its Gen 6 shine, I would say, because yeah, I think there are other Mons that just outclass it in terms of setup sweeping, because it doesn't have that same power. But I guess you could run the Rain Dance Z, Waterium Z, because that is allowed. Get that +1 speed, get off a tail blow, get off some nice powerful surfs or scalds in the rain. So yeah, interesting team. We got all the cores completed here as well, just interesting to note. Hazards are very weak. I don't know if Mega Camera gets rocks, but if he doesn't, then it's just Scolipede with spikes and T-spikes. Interesting removal options as well. Next we got Ryo or Rio or whatever. We got Mega Zardex, Zapdos, Thundy T, Buzzwole, Scizor, Caress, Primarina, and Ditto. Ditto, very nice. Well, I don't know. Ditto is fairly easy to play around now. I think everyone is fairly accustomed to playing around it, but we got an interesting double electric spam. Thundurus and Zapdos probably compounds that rock weakness quite a bit, because there's nothing on this team that resists rock straight up. Yeah, hazards are non-existent. Removal is fairly okay. We got Defog Zardex and Scizor Zapdos, but yeah, Zardex is definitely the main remover in this one. But yeah, Zardex, very solid one, very good one in the format. Yeah, setup sweeping potential is huge. The speed tiers are pretty atrocious. Caps out at 101, and then got a couple of hundreds. Buzzwoles, I think 80 something, Caresses around there, a couple of 60s, and a Ditto. Next we got Tapu Bulu, the Tapu Bulu squad, 57 West. Tapu Bulu, Mega Scizor, Hydreigon, Alola Marowak, Rotom Wash, Roserade, Holy Shot, and a random Sandslash here. Those last two Mons, I think he could have gotten better Mons, but I'm guessing he wanted some removal with Sandslash, so that it wasn't just solely on Mega Scizor. But this team isn't too hazards weak, apart from Marowak. Everything takes rocks neutrally. Bulu has some nice, yeah, it's interesting. There's no fairy type. Steel type's weak to, very weak to fire. We got a couple of fire weak Mons, 3 of them. A few resistances as well. Not the best ground type, I would say, to punish the fire types. Trying to catch Mega Scizor and the grass types. Hazards are, you got 3 hazard settings, which is not too bad in 8 Mons. So yeah, another interesting team. I'll be interested to see how it goes. Next we got Spice. Thundy Eye, Victini, Starmie, Mamoswine, Bisharp, Porygon 2, Chestnut, and Mega Altaria. Wow, last pick Mega Altaria. That's pretty cool. Thundy Eye, Greymon. Victini, huge, just nuke. Starmie is a nice support mon. Mamo, nice breaker. Bisharps, I don't like Bisharp in the format, but you know, I'm just not very good with it. We got P2, then just fat, and then Chestnut's fat, and then we have Mega Altaria, which can do a lot of things. I really like it as a Pokemon in the format. Fairly nicely combined speed tiers. Probably missing a 90 to help. Yeah, it goes from 100 down to 80. From what I can see to Mamo, Mega Altaria. But yeah, it's a nice squad. We got hazard removal in Starmie. probably will be pressured into spinning for the threats. His two of his three biggest threats in Dundee and Victini. Arguably top two, but Mamo is definitely a huge threat in the format. Hazard setters, we got Mamo, Bisharp, Chestnut as well for some spikes. Nice, fairly nice, fairly weak to, semi-weak to fighting. All three of those in the middle, Mamo, Bisharp, Porygon, weak to fighting, but then you got Mega Altaria, Thundurus, Victini, Starmie, all resisting fighting, so should be interesting. Decent squad. Next we got Carney, nice Jirachi Clef core to start with, then we got the Zygarde 10% to finish off that Fairy Dragon Steel core. Next we see the next core, Fire, Water, Grass, and Vape, Mega Abomasnow, and Darmanitan, and then we finish off with some nice Carney mons, Kamala and Swalot. Carney is Carney. Probably not the best hazard options. Jirachi for rocks, Clef for rocks, and then Swalot for something. I think Swalot gets hazards, what I can tell. Kamala to spin for Darm to just wreak havoc on things. Choice Scarf just to nuke things. Yeah, pretty powerful stuff. Next we got Bronson, Mega Guard, Zygarde, 50%, the better Zygarde, and then Cert, Arzu, Terrakion, Necrozma, Metagross, and Salazzle. Another double Psychic, triple Psychic, sorry. Very nice Fairy Dragon Steel Core, digging it. Water Fire Grass Core is not as good. Arzu, I'm not sold on Arzu as a good mon in the format. I think it's too easily pressured because of its low speed stat. Wall's just able to run a bit of investment to outspeed it and chip it down. A Mega Guard, great wall breaker. Terrakion as well. Can you run Scarf to sweep, I guess? Zygarde, love Zygarde. Zygarde's a great, one of the, very good mon in the format. Serp, speedy threat, and Necrozma Necrozma is a Necrozma. So next we got Paladin, we got Keldeo, Togekiss, Heatran, Flygon, Gengar, Mega Pinsir, Zoroark, and Mesprit. Keldeo, Mega Pinsir, pretty nice in the format, definitely. Zoroark will be interesting with this team, probably to lure in the bulky Psychics, disguised as Gengar, get off a nice Dark Pulse, or Pursuit, or Night Days or something. Flygon in the 4th round is definitely questionable, I think. I don't know what dragons were left. Looking at the lot, a lot of them had already gone, but we just saw Mega Altaria go in the last round, so possibly Mega Altaria could have fit that role, but not too sure. Gengar is really nice in the format, despite its crippling Pursuit weakness. It can really blow holes in opponents and just blow things back. Not many things resist. Not many teams have normal types. And Gengar, Specs Gengar, nice Shadow Ball or Z Gengar, the never-ending nightmare. Definitely will be tough for opponents. Hazards, not the best. It's okay. Got Flygon, Mesprit, Heatran. Not big on Heatran either, but people can make it work. Also, it's okay defogging support for Mega Pinsir. Togekiss and Flygon can do it solidly, I guess. But pressured by ice heavily. Alright, next we got Leo. Tapu Fini, Garchomp, Entei, Raikou, Tornadus High, Celebi, Mega Glade, and Fortress. So yeah, nice Tapu Fini Garchomp core to start off with, something that I considered at the beginning of the hype when we were drafting. We got Entei round 3, that's pretty early. In my opinion, Raikou, Tornai, interesting. Tornai is interesting, probably, I don't know, might have looked at, I think Staraptor probably would have been better, but you got a few things hovering around that 100 speed. Then again, Torn's what, 111, then you got Mega Glade, Raikou, so team's pretty fast. Yeah, in general, you got Tapu Fini at like 85, I believe, and then Fortress just way out of the picture. So, Tornai, yeah, not sure about the reasoning behind that, but I'm sure he had a good reason. Hazard is okay, but removal is not great considering it's Fortress. Yeah, Chomp can definitely throw some rocks out there. Definitely forces a lot of things out to be able to get rocks up fairly freely. Actually, Tapu Fini gets defog, so yeah, Fortress shouldn't come to that many games in my opinion. I reckon the other squad will do alright, as long as it's like a suicide lead, something to just not, for it to not be a hindrance, otherwise it's just gonna get caned. Next we got Bacon 12, Weavile, Melodic, Crobat, Mega Manectric, Volcarona, Serena, Diggers, and Goodra. So really fast team. It's kind of held together. It's like two different speed tiers and then tied together with Volcarona. So we got Weavile, Mega Manectric, Crobat. I think it's like 135, 130, 125. And then we got Volcarona at 100. And then Milotic at 81, Goodra at 80, Diggy 78, and Serena at 72. So yeah, two you know, clumps of speed tiers. And then Volcarona just sits in the middle so that hopefully people don't run Modest on these slower, fatter things. Hazards are confined to Diggersby, I believe, just spikes. Removal is Crobat and Serena for the Volcarona, which is not too bad. Crobat definitely a very good defogger. Serena is, well, Crobat's an okay defogger. I think it's better as an offensive one in my opinion. Serena, yeah, Serena's okay. Fills a very solid support role. Ice, fairly weak to ice. And then these four you could probably ping them with ground types, ground moves or something. Milotic's just fat. Yeah, Milotic is probably one of the better walls going around in Gen 7 with its pseudo boost to Marvel Scale, with burn only being 6%. So really fat on both sides if it gets burned. Next we got Treawesome, Latios, Sylveon, Cobalion. Latios, Sylveon, yeah, Cobalion, Donphan, Cloyster, Kofag, Mega Beetle, and Glade. Interesting Glade pick. Medicham, I think Medicham's cooler. We got other fighting types like Kong. I don't know. Okay speed. You got a few fast mons, but then you got 145 and then 110, 108, but then it just drops the Cloyster, so pretty big speed gap there. You got a few hazard setters, a couple of removers, and then another hazard setter here, another remover there, so not too bad. Yeah, but these mons seem fairly one-dimensional. Cobalion can definitely double dance sweep. Latios probably runs like Carmine and then life orb and maybe a choice item, and that's probably it. But you know, Latios does that pretty effectively. Sylveon can run a few sets. Donphan can run a rock polish set if it comes to it. Mega Beedrill, there's only really one set, not sure. Gallade is probably like a choice scarf set most times. And then Cloyster, Shell Smash, and then Kofag is just the Mega Lopunny check. And then lastly, we got Colorballer, Lando T, Mega Venusaur, Man Plus, Slowbro, so fat. Mimikyu, setup sweep. Then we got Hazards, another breaker, and then a pivot, I guess, for more hazards as well. So got all the hazards. Lando, Heligo, Klefki. We got, I guess, a remover, 2 removers, and then just a lot of fat. See people could potentially struggle breaking this core, especially throwing Lando T there in there as well. But yeah, fairly slow team as well. General running theme seems to be not many teams getting that many mons above 100. But yeah, got Nihilego and then Staraptor, Mimikyu. But yeah, the speed tiers are fairly nicely combined, apart from Slowbro, which just drops out. But yeah, not too bad. So hope you guys lasted through that quick analysis. Probably another 7 coming. So yeah, definitely very brief and not too in depth. And but yeah, I hope to see you guys